What's going on, YouTube? It's the God Achilles here. I'm bringing you guys a brand new YouTube video, and this is just going to be a quick update video on my Flak build that I posted yesterday. Now, the actual skill points or anything have not changed, but there is a new weapon and a new class mod that you guys should be trying to farm for, so you can ramp your damage. I swear this thing almost triples the amount of damage that you can do. Now, as we're loading in here, I'm going to tell you very quickly that the new gun that we are going to be using is called the King's Call, or whatever variant you get. It could be the King's Call, it could be the Queen's Call. Now, the reason that this is good is this is going to fire 3 shots, but whenever it's a critical hit, it's going to refund 3 shots to your magazine. What does Flak do inside of his mist or his cloak, whatever you want to call it? He does nothing but crit. So you're just going to be able to spam this for the full 12 seconds that you're in there if you're using my build from that I posted yesterday. And you're just going to shred everything. Now, I'm still using a Flakker. You're not going to be using this 100% of the time. You're only going to be using this gun whenever your cloak comes up. Other than that, you're going to be spamming Flakker shots just to keep the damage ramped. I use these 2 guns here specifically because the Lyuda does insane critical hit damage, and it also fires 3 projectiles. So most of the time, you're able to just shred enemies if an enemy's close to you, and you need to endure and fight for your life. This is a really easy gun to just whip out, and you get up super quick. Same thing with the Shred-a-Fire, but I also use the Shred-a-Fire if I have downtime in the boss room. So if I have downtime and I need to kill some mobs, I pull out the Shred-a-Fire, and the Shred-a-Fire just melts everything. You could do the same thing with the Lyuda. These are interchangeable. It's really just personal preference at this point. I prefer the Shred-a-Fire for normal mobs, and anything that flies around in the air, or I'm sorry, anything that's on the ground, I use the Lyuda because they're easier to hit. If they're in the air, I just spray at them with the Shred-a-Fire. Now, the only thing that is going to enhance this build further is a class mod that gives you in the text. It's going to give you it's going to activate the Hunter kill skill in this skill tree right here. It's going to treat all badasses and bosses as if they were one of these enemies. So if it's a robot, a human, or a beast, you're going to get the kill skill perk of whatever it is. So that would probably be the only change that I would like to have. Maybe have one more perk into this, just to bump this up to roughly 40%. To fire an extra projectile. Who doesn't love extra damage? But that is essentially the build, guys. Like I said, nothing has truly changed. Just a couple weapons that are quality of life. If you have these 2 weapons, you're more than on your way to just going and shredding bosses as much as you please. Now, I will say, though, the grenade mod that I am using is a quality of life thing. I use it because I play solo a lot. This heals me for 120% of the damage dealt, and also heals my shields for 30% of the damage dealt. So this is a survivability aspect, and I just have a big capacity shield, so that amplifies this even further. The artifact, what I would suggest in the artifact is I have 31% shotgun damage on my artifact, or not my artifact, my class mod, I'm sorry. On my artifact, I have 17% pistol damage and 16% incendiary damage. I don't know if you see the fire emblem that's up here on this, but that just increases the damage on this thing even more. But enough of me talking. I'm going to go ahead and refill my ammo here, and we're going to go shred a boss real quick. Just to show you that this is super, super easy. So we're going to wait on him to just go ahead and flip the stage.
Yes, to the bloodletting.
Now this, the damage modifier could be what's preventing you from doing a lot of damage. here, but as you can see, you just do nothing but crit, and it just spits damage everywhere. So we should be getting ready to come up on damage phase here. Go ahead and take care of these guys really fast. As you can see, the Shred-a-Fire just shreds the enemies. He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna make some more enemies for us. We're gonna go ahead and go into damage phase though, so we don't like enemies, right? Look at all this damage. And this is on Mayhem 3. I will show you guys that this is on Mayhem 3 that I am doing. And these are probably not the best modifiers to have this on with, to have right now, but it's whatever. You know, I'm just showing you that the build isn't reliant on whatever modifiers you get. This build is good for just racking up damage as fast as humanly possible. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this thing real quick. And you can see the Shred-a-Fire just, well, it does what it does. It's true to its name. It just shreds. If you're standing still, it does even more because of the 20% increased damage that you get for it. You see, you just do nothing but crit with this build, and it's just insane. You could even use the Lyuda. Look at that. The Lyuda's just doing work, too. Nothing to it. Get any good legendaries? If one damage type isn't working, you just swap to another one. So we didn't get anything relatively good from this. Everything's kind of worse than what I already have equipped. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to go into the actual vault. And I will show you one more boss kill, just to show you that I'm not lying to this build. Like, that one wasn't exactly the best showing for this build. So I'll go and I'll do the last boss for you, just to kind of show you, because there's a lot more ads that spawn, or I'm sorry, no, I always call them ads from Destiny 2. But there's a lot more mobs that spawn. I guess it really doesn't matter what you call them. But there's a lot more enemies in the boss room. So it shows you, what the hell was that thing? It'll just show you that you do have some survivability, and there's a lot more mechanics that you have to deal with in that boss. So we're gonna go ahead and actually head over there now. Gotta go back to Sanctuary. I don't know why I didn't just fast travel there from the start. Achilles, are you okay? You all there, bud? Well, go ahead and leave down in the comments below if you're enjoying Borderlands 3. Have you beat the game yet? The game's almost been out for, let's see, what is today? Today is Wednesday when this is going to be going up. So the game has almost been out for a week. I beat this game relatively quick. I just kind of did the main story. But this is actually a relatively long game. And I don't exactly, at one point I thought the game was over, and then the game tricked me, and there was more gameplay, and I was excited for it. So, there is that. So, go ahead here, and we're going to go do the final boss. What modifiers are on right now? I guess I can't see really. I'll have to fast travel over here if I don't like the modifiers that are on here, because that boss did have quite a lot of health. It wasn't exactly dying super quick, but it could have been my aim. It could have been a multitude of things. But when we get in, when we load in, we're gonna see what modifiers we have on, because this is on Mayhem 3, so I will show you that it is on Mayhem 3. I did my video yesterday on Mayhem 2, and what do we got here? Increased shield, minus 33% action skill, and grenade damage with 25% gun damage, and yeah, this is easily doable. All right, so go ahead and show you guys. Go ahead and start the boss fight. Look at the damage. Already out of first phase. I didn't mean to stop there. The boss was already out of first phase. Now what you're going to do here, since you don't have your action skill, you don't want to be wasting bullets, just go ahead, pull out your Fl4k. What I am going to do here is I'm going to deal with some of these mobs real quick. Because you do have some time while the boss is down to deal with mobs, and you don't have to be up there instantaneously. I really just want to deal with the adult Varkids so they don't spawn badasses. That's mainly what I'm trying to not have in this boss fight. So then we're going to activate our ability here, and we're just going to go ham. Just go ham. Don't stop shooting. Go ahead and get her to, just make her fall back down on the ground. And we're going to rinse and repeat. We're going to run right back up here. Shoot her. And she's dead. That was an insanely fast kill. And I think we actually just got a Queen's Wrath. Or Queen's Call. Yeah, we did. It does. It's worse than what I have right now. But it's still a Queen's Call. If you don't have one, that would be a good one. I mean, it still does shield damage, so it's not as good. Ooh, I don't have that trinket. Interesting. What's this? Nope, not what I need. What's this? Yeah, these are all kind of mediocre. What is this? The 21% action skill cooldown rate, 16% shock damage. Now this one will be good to use with that Queen's Call that we just got because of the shock damage increase, but not anything. Plus 51% damage, plus 100% splash. Or, well, that's not bad. Those will all get sent to my. Those will all get sent to my thing. So one thing that I forgot to go over in my last build video is I forgot to talk about Guardian tokens. Guardian tokens you get access to after you beat the game. Pretty much what you're going to be looking for here is you're mainly going to be taking everything, or critical hit damage, gun damage, action skill cooldown. If none of those three are available, go for reload speed and recoil reduction. That's what I would say. So since this is a critical hit build mainly, we're just going to put most of our stuff into critical hit damage. If critical hit damage isn't there, but gun damage is there, you'll get a good mix of both. So, I mean, neither one of them are bad to go into. But since this is a critical hit build, you want to try to maximize the amount of critical hit damage that you do. So that's why I say to just go pretty much all in on critical hit damage as much as you can. That one's not really that good. What is this glitch where stuff gets like stuck on your screen? It's just like it's slightly annoying. Another purple, nothing really too fancy, and just another purple. But yeah, that is the build video, guys. That is a build update. I actually came up with a name of this build. Since Fl4k is a robot, I'm going to call it, this is One Shot the Robot. This is my One Shot the Robot Fl4k build update from the Fl4k yesterday. Now the Fl4k is still a good build if you don't want the Queen's Call, you don't want to do it. You don't have it, or you don't want to use it. You just like shotguns, and you like the Fl4k is definitely still the build. But sorry, the mouth is getting a little dry. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter at @thegodachilles_ and follow my live stream at twitch.tv/thegodachilles. I stream most days that I can, and I try to stream as long as possible. It is a lot of Borderlands 3 right now because the game is fresh. I like bringing content, and I love Borderlands. It's one of my, if it's not my all-time favorite game series, it's in my top 3. But once again, thank you guys for watching, and YouTube, I hope you guys have a good night. Peace out, guys.